Hey there, fellow dwarves. Rodamon here. Thank you for tuning in to Dwarf Fortress. Episode 19, First Contact with the Knife Ears. As you can see above my head, we are going to continue to make armor for the squads. At some point, once they're like sufficiently armored and trained, I might consider then starting to build like siege defenses. I think it's a little early for that though. My population's really not at like siege levels. But we might get attacked. And then subsequently also making sure that the Abbey of Ale, our brand new tavern up here, is getting food. Because it has like booze, has lots of booze, but it does not have prepared meals. So trying to keep some of the prepared meals up there so that there's food up there, which is a little challenging because like, I'm going to have to shrink the food or whatever. We'll figure it out. But that's what's going on. There's one other thing that I did off screen. It's not a really big deal, but I did go and change my pop cap here, population cap to 100. I'm actually going to set this to 75 for now because, and the biggest reason is I don't want to grow faster than I can prepare to be sieged. And I feel like once you start entering the triple digits, you're very likely to get attacked by a not insignificant amount of enemies. And I want to be ready for it because there's no real, I don't want to just like wipe, essentially. So I'm artificially capping our population so that I don't end up a wipe condition. Because I'm not like a veteran of Dwarf Fortress. And I do know with the new siege mechanics, even Tarn, the developer, was like, hey, we tested these siege mechanics. All of our fortresses that we tested on fell, but you'll do better than we did. Like literally in the release video about Siege, that's what he said. And I was like, oh, you lost your own sieges, did you? Well, that's a little sketchy. Losing is fun, right? Yeah, but the series would end if I lost like that. So losing is fun, but having a series end when people would consider it premature might not be fun. One thing I wanted to poll you guys about. So right now I have a work order, or a standing order. Well, I guess technically a work order. For simple meals, easy meals. Somewhere. If I was illiterate. So that's brew. Yeah, easy meals. No, maybe we'll keep it in easy meals for now. We just had our population grow a lot. So let's try to shrink the stockpile for these meals here. And then ramp up the amount of prepared meals that we make so that we have meals in here, the Prepared Meals Tavern, so that there's food to eat. And as soon as we start to see food able to be eaten up there, then we can open ourselves up to long-term residency, and I'll have you guys vote on whether we take residence or not. So, work order. Easy meal. I'm going to start raising meals and booze up to the top, just so that it's easier for me to see. Oh my god, there's so many. My eyes. Okay. Easy meals. Less than 200. We're going to go with less than 400. And then, what is there to actually cook? So, stocks. We're going to want to check, like, we have 162 prepared meals. That's not bad. And then we have 328 plants. A lot of these plants are going to be brewed plants, like the 274 of them are plant pellets, which are obviously brewed, not cooked. Not a lot of these plants are actually cooked. Maybe only the red spinach, and I'm not even really sure about that. Easy meal. How would I even check that? Because, yeah, I would say that's probably the bottleneck. However, restricting the size, I thought I just saw someone grab a barrel of that food. Oh yeah, there it is. There it is. There is the prepared food. Perfect. It ended up where it belongs. All right, it is late winter, so I don't know if there's going to be really much for me to gather from the earth here, from the surface, but I'll try to gather some stuff. We have a bunch of like dead crows because we've had our new hunter start hunting glitch. So there's Kias and crows and stuff to hunt. Bellhorn Joint, thank you for the resubs. Glitch for the cheer. Chaos Engine for the resub. Treebor for the cheer as well. So we'll see if... Check zones for gathering? Oh, I know I could do gathering zones. I'm just gonna, for now, trigger it manually. Paint that forest green? Yeah, there's a lot of vomit. There is a lot of vomit in here. So we have a lot of like random leave. Oh, hello. I'll pause. A thief. Well, unfortunately for the thieves, I happen to be in the like outside where they entered. So, other. Did they already leave? I'm not seeing them out here. There's a dead thief, but I don't think we killed him that fast. There would have been like warnings or whatever. Yeah, I think they entered and just like beelined because we were standing right there and they're like, "Oh, we got caught." I don't actually think they're here anymore. Nice. Plant gathering deterrent. Another thing that I could do is let's check up on our farm. I think that was F4. No, F3. I could definitely... How many plump helmet seeds do I have? So, 43 pigtail seeds. Plum helmet spawn, 82. Yeah, I could definitely maybe employ another farmer. So I'm going to have Tal and Muffle only plant right now. Because there's a lot of room for farming more plum helmet spawn. And I just don't see it getting done. Yeah, they fled immediately after being spotted. I mean, it's wise. I would have killed them. Spring has arrived. All right, taking a look again at our bar. Technically, we have prepared foods. So at this point, if there is a chance to add someone new to the colony, you know, a longtime resident, I will very much consider it. All right. I'm going to make a silver statue out of a plump helmet. And a silver statue out of a pigtail. I think I did that right. Plump helmet. Done. Okay. Nabla, thank you for the resub. And Nitzal for the resub too. Alright, that also means once we have those statues, I'll put them in here and then I'll remove these statues for somewhere else. So there was other things that I wanted to do besides preparing a military, which is to try to make people happier. And if we take a look at a lot of the happiness here, some of the happiness is just like me being a bastard. Well, I have no idea why that kid's sad. But some of it was like I wasn't allowing people to be creative. Although, this person's already making Ficod's making a silver statue. One thing I might want to consider is a dedicated metalworker, though. I'm going to consider that right now. So let's do metalwork. Modify it. Metal crafting. Done. We have one person that is a sufficient metalworker. And I think what because if I'm making like statues and the like, I would like for them to be quality if possible. But I'll look for other metalworkers, potential metalworkers, or have to train them up. So as far as I could tell, I don't think we really gathered anything that's particularly useful for easy meals. Unrotten cookable items and solid items are like just not existent. We could start fishing again, especially given that it is now the spring, but like, yeah, I mean, that might be one way to go about it. Fisher Dwarf. Oh, Dumot's probably already doing it. Although I already have 14 fish. Where are they? Oh, they're already being prepared. Okay. And that is some random person preparing live fish. Alright. I mean, as long as it's getting done, I guess I'm fine with it. It does look like the farm is coming along. The planters are actually doing their job, which is great. I know, I acknowledge, I do not yet have, oh, pausing. I do not yet have, fertilizer. I haven't wanted to go into the, like, potash fertilizer loop because it's just a lot of labor. And we do have an elven caravan. This is our first elven caravan arriving. I don't think at the moment I have any, like, tree cutting stuff going on. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Bringing wooden bins to the elven trade makes them upset. Is that right? Like, doing anything with wood is a not happy. I believe that to be the case. Not to say that I'm, like, gonna go well out of my way to try to keep them happy. Only if I sell the bin? Okay, good. It's only if I sell the them wooden stuff. Okay. I'll remember that. And while I'm staring at this, I might as well just get some of the other bedrooms prepped. So we have 12 bedrooms here and 4 down here ready to go, which is good. There we go. We're starting to get easy meals going. So it looks like they managed to go through all of their helmet spawn. Seeds. No? Oh, hold on. I swear I had no barrels allowed in there. Because I think if you put seed bags in barrels, they have to haul around the barrels. It's, like, not ideal. There we go. Now we're pulling them out. What is going on with this amount of vomit? Guys, hold your liquors. Are they the elves or the Lorax? I mean, they're kind of one and the same in the game. Elves are very Lorax-like. Fishing zone. River water. Where's my dump zone again? Down here? Okay. Another thing to regularly check up on is bars. Making sure that we're still making steel bars and rolling them off the line. Alright, moving the plump helmet and the pigtail statues into the guild hall for the farmers, and then I'll remove the other statues and put them in the tavern or something. Okay, moving goods to the trade. Let's go with bins. Oh, I guess we have armor there ready to go. What is worth a lot? Finished goods. Mostly it's quivers, which I wouldn't want to sell. This has like 1 gem. Oh, 2 gems. Not really worth moving. Some weapons. I want to keep those. Now here we go. That bin is full of cut gems. It's a bunch of cloth, keeping that. I think we just have 1 big bin of stuff. Maybe I'll move the other bin just because, like, why not? The one with the... No, those are uncut. This one. If I could scroll up fast enough, oh my god. Okay, so those 2 get moved to the depot before we try to trade. Alright, we'll request the broker and see what we can do. What building would Scorpio be constructing right now? The statue? Trying to figure out what he's up to. Oh, it'd be in quotes. Scorpio. Oh, yep, you're making the statue. But you're requested at the trade, so come on down. Well, the prepared meals are... I'm going to have to shrink the zone even more. And maybe what we'll do is we'll try to buy things that can be turned into meals during the trade so we can stockpile. I mean, I have a lot of food. But as long as it's not going to rot, it doesn't hurt to have more. So here we go. You've got what? Wolves and womblers in cages. And a porcupine? Ah. Well, I don't have any anomalous monsters here, so I don't need a porcupine. And grown weapons. Oh god, you're really not going to have anything I want. You have some nuts. Or seeds, rather. Fruit. But most of this fruit we would likely brew with and not cook with. And that's it. Oh, jeez. Well, give me your fruit, I guess. Doesn't hurt to have more things to brew. I'm going to keep my, like, more valuable gems and sell the lower quality cut ones. Alright, let's try that. Thank you for your business. Move goods. Done. Alright, with all of these new foods, let's go to the kitchen orders. So some of the seeds here... Wait, oh, well, so here's the thing. We could start cooking surface seeds if I don't intend to make a surface, Oh, it's funny, Shona, we're talking about the same thing. If I don't intend to make surface farms, and I think that's what I'm gonna do. So, all of these surface seeds that I have here, I'm gonna start cooking with. And then if at some point in the future I want to make a surface farm, I'll remove these. So Dimple Cup, Cave Wheat, Plump Helmet, and Pigtail, I'll reserve for not being cooked. Because, you know, they're not to be cooked. Rope reeds. If I was not mistaken, I think that was something to be spun into thread, which is why we aren't brewing it. And then here, I think the sand pears, plums, cherries, pears, and apples I'll cook with rather than brew with, because we have so much to potentially brew. I know I could, you know, brew with, like, Dwarven wine, but I don't want to do that. Not yet. There we go. We've got stuff to cook. And there's some meals here. Not a ton. I might have to shrink this down even more. Well, let's see if we can make enough prepared meals to start supplying the tavern properly. Ah, Geshid. Finally likes your steel crossbow, huh? Wherever you are. Ingish has become a furnace operator. Nice. So I'm going ahead and removing the old copper statues in here, and then we'll check to make sure that the this guild stays within the 2K wealth requirement. We probably could have gotten an idea over that. This is worth 300. This is worth 250. This is worth 58. 58. 50? Okay, yeah. We're fine. We're fine. Without those statues is no problem. We made it worth a lot more, not less. Awesome. And now we have a statue of a plump helmet spun and a statue of a pigtail. Oops. Pigtail. Sweet. Some migrants have arrived. All right. So back to the immigration process. What is it? F5? Yes. I guessed it. Bedrooms. Malty. Done. Bedrooms. Malty. Done. So we've got a trapper, a bone carver, and a brewer. Ooh, another brewer. All right, labor. So of our brewers, the new one is only adequate. I mean, maybe at some point we have more stills. I had theorized already that we would spin up another still, but like I haven't done it yet. So I don't think I'm gonna have this brewer be a brewer, but let's check them out. I'm going to wait another minute for the full immigration wave to come in so that I can assign them all at the same time. We're up to 10 extra, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right. Any animals? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got a bunny, a cavi pup, a keet. That looks like a turkey and a lamb that got added. And we still don't even have a proper pasture for those guys, but, you know, whatever. Someday. Sweet pods and rock nuts are also subterranean. Yeah, before I go any further, let me remove those from the queue of destruction. We brought those seeds in. And at some point, maybe we expand that. Alright, first one to check out will be this child, Coolette. Is it going to be another, like, phenom with, like, unbelievable skills? No. Not really. That's probably for the best. I'm a little scared of the children that seem vampy. Right, next up, Doran the Peasant. "20 years old, so you're very, very young. You're not wounded. You are susceptible to diseases. You literally are unskilled in everything." Okay, that raises no red flags other than you're a neat or something. Next up will be the other peasant, Libush. And this little guy, 19. Dance, music, wind instrument. Okay. Bard. Again, no red flags. We have a siege operator, Logum. Might be useful once we have siege equipment. 86. They came in with a tame bunny. Clumsy as a siege operator. Novice Tanner, accomplished siege operator, competent speaker. No red flags. We're fine. Next up, another planter. So, Zon, are you any good at planting? We'll see. 80 years old. Unquestionably weak. Planter, novice, papermaker, novice. Adequate consoler, competent dancer. Okay, so probably not joining. So we'll likely join the Planters Guild, the farming guild, but I didn't even check, actually. Let's check that. Your groups. Never mind. They're not even skilled enough. But again, no red flags. Alright, next up will be the brewer, who comes in with Eshton. So Uzal and Eshton. Uzal. Adequate brewer. Kind of blah otherwise. And then your wife is a bone carver. We are starting to get a decent amount of bones. It's not to say that I'm planning on having a bone carving based economy, but it wouldn't be bad to take some of those bones and turn them into like crossbow bolts for training or trinkets for sale. You know, turning trash into treasure is a smart thing because a fortress will amass a whole lot of junk, a whole lot of uneconomic rock that you don't need, bones that you don't need, gems, because you don't do a lot with your own gems, and turning that stuff into trade goods so that you can buy the stuff you need makes sense. So we haven't really done any bone carving, but it might make sense at some point. But no red flags for Eshton. All right, let's keep going. These cluster houses, or bedrooms. We've got Dumbed. I'm just going to call you, I'm sure it's Doomed, but I'm going to call you Dumbed. Dumbed. Definitely that's dumbed. Poor memory and bad with words. Definitely dumbed. Adequate beekeeper, dabbling organizer. Competent ex-dwarf. Hey, look at that. You're a barbarian. Poor memory and bad with words, but high stamina, and you're an ex-dwarf? Yeah, you're a barbarian, dude. Okay. Well, that was dumbed. I like him. Maybe we'll add him to the ex-dwarf squad at some point. We have Bomrack, the papermaker, came with Cog, the metal crafter. Ah, this might be a dedicated metal crafter. So here's Bomrack. Nothing weird. Yeah, nothing weird there. And your spouse was Cog Avu. A clumsy metalworker. Oh, great. An accomplished metal crafter. Adequate mace dwarf. Decent at a whole bunch of social skills and other skills. No, not bad, not bad. Alright. Metalworker. Cog, guess what? That's what you do now. I'm gonna have Cog do it instead of Tobal, because although Tobal's more skilled, Tobal's also a legendary miner, so is way more likely to be asked to mine. So now it's Cog's job. And I'll probably add more metalworkers at some point. Okay, back to the immigration wave. Tirist and Athel. We'll check out Athel first. An animal trainer. Novice swords dwarf. So it wouldn't be terrible to add to military. Competent in social skills. Competent in some other skills. Yeah, I mean, these immigrants aren't, like, wowing me, but they're not terrible. And yet another papermaker. An accomplished papermaker, competent thresher. Competent leader. Okay. Nothing screams, I'm a bloodsucker. Not yet. And then a glassmaker? Hervad? Now, it occurs to me that one thing I have yet to do, because not for this person, but for the next person's the clothier, is I don't have replacement clothing. Trousers, shirts, gloves, socks, shoes yet. And we're going to have to spin that up as a, so you're a high master glassmaker. You're amazing at it. You're proficient ambusher, but you don't have any fight skills, so what do you just like sneak up and surprise people? Like jump scare? You're like a good jump scarer. I'm so proud of you. What a useful skill to have in life. So it reminded me of Mebzuth here, being a clothier, why I should start tailoring clothing. I've been amassing cloths. I made sure that we aren't cooking or brewing our pigtails. I started a pigtail farm. I've been weaving threads. And what we need to do soon is to have replacement clothing. You know, our clothing are going to be in tatters, and that's going to make people sad soon. So, yeah, we're going to need to do something about that. So, Mebzuth. So that's probably another industry to really attend to soon. You in parallel with armor making. And you brought a tame animal? You're talented. And you're a competent leather worker too. Oh, not bad. You're pretty good in social skills, but that's about it. Leather worker. I'm going to add him to the potential leather worker a queue, as they are competent. And then the last bedroom going to a trapper. What was their name? Z something? Zasset. Trapper, milker, flatterer. Proficient student. Okay. We got a good gander, a good understanding of who we've got. Now, I had mentioned needing the clothier shop to spin up, right? Let's do that now. So the current priority is, I think the food for the Abbey of Ale is, it's going to get done. So I'm going to mark that off. So armor for the squads and clothing for the citizens. We need a janitor. Yeah. It's just proof that we have good booze. People just keep drinking. Thank you for tuning in to Dwarf Fortress, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Radamont.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming stream. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Radamont.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow dwarves.